Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
For the
Happy
first time in a
Friday.
long time, we're all just totally speechless.
We just have
Right?
no words.
Man, this is like the family
So,
reunion of all family reunions right here.
yes, it is.
This is
And
it's
this has
like it's
been,
2018 again.
it
Right,
is
right, right.
because that's when Jonathan and Lindsay were still a thing on the morning show. And then Colton came for a summer. And
hmm
what do you remember about that summer internship slash fun time?
Okay, I actually thought about this the other day. Three things. Number one, backyard bounce all the way. Getting to meet, traveling on the road, getting to
Yep.
meet so many different listeners, so many van stories that I could tell. So if you guys ever want the inside scoop on
Or
behind the
not
scenes,
tell.
Jonathan and Lindsay, yeah, come find me. um, so I remember that. We did this thing called the huge golden backpack. I don't know if you guys remember that or not.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I
You had me
forgot.
like go around and like jump in this backpack and scare some of our bosses.
Yeah.
And then you gotta go with the donut stops.
You
So
gotta.
many morning show donuts. I love that. I still think about that to this day. If I'm driving through Central Illinois or anything, I'm like, hey, we got to stop there because I remember those donuts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I
Those,
mean,
yeah.
let's see. There was Danville. There was. Did you say Centralia? Is that what you said? Did you
Yeah.
was that one of them?
Yep.
Yeah, so we did that. We did Mount Vernon. We did Danville, the Royal Donut, our friends over there. Oh,
Yes.
so good. I still remember that.
Well, we have
That was
some friends that
awesome.
are commenting. Do you want to hear from some of our friend
Oh
people
yeah.
here?
What are they
All
saying?
right, let's see. We got Dale who says, "Lindsay, it's good to see you again."
Aw, it's good to see Dale commenting on that. Thank you, Dale.
Who else we got? We got Sharon says hi to Lindsay.
Hi,
No, no, hi,
Sharon.
nobody hiing to Jonathan or Colton yet.
That's about right. That's about right.
Jackie.
Jackie,
Hi, Jackie.
Brian, he's
Oh,
saying that
see,
one.
that
That's just a
doesn't say my
general
name.
hello, and that's the kind of thing. So what
Aw.
happened was, we used to do this morning show where it was Jonathan and Lindsay, and for a summer Colton too,
And
and
Colton the
then
intern was his name.
Yep.
Colton the intern.
Yeah.
Oh, finally we got a shout out, and guess who it is? Guess who it is?
Oh, your mom.
I love that. Oh, hi, Lori.
And then everything abruptly changed in middle of January when Lindsay departed to go to her hometown of Peoria. Is that where you join us from now?
Yeah, yeah.
So everyone wants to know, Lindsay, and I don't want you to be too positive in your answer, but how are things?
Well, here's the deal. We've been living across the garage from my in-laws since January. Now, I'm really thankful because it's like free babysitting. Like my mother-in-law will make dinner sometimes. Like it's been like awesome. The girls are always playing with grandparents. And then we bought a fixer-upper, and we just closed on that fixer-upper like 2 weeks ago. So now,
Woo-hoo!
yeah. So now we're doing the fixer-upper. Like we're gonna knock out a wall. We're painting. We're redoing stonework, windows. Like it's like it was kind of. Well, it needs some love. So we're going to do that. So that's what we're working on now. And I'm hoping to be moved in soon. And then I'm working, and you all know this because I said it before I left. I'm working at our sister station in Peoria, which Jonathan is funny because there's some, what do I want to call them? There's some people who are listening to my morning show now and yours. And they switch back and forth, which I love that.
Equal
It's really
custody.
awesome.
Equal custody.
Exactly. It's like they're sharing the custody. They want to hear both,
Well,
and that's cool. And so they're getting a little mix.
well, yeah, there's that. So then I'll sometimes like get phone calls from people that are listening to you, but
Right.
they're listening to me, and
And
so
saying back. Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
then I was up in the kitchen. Okay, we did have a couple of more people checking in here. Sharon says, "Congratulations on the new fixer upper."
Thank you.
Um, like, so I wanted to ask you about this, and Colton, maybe you could be sort of the Judge Judy figure in what I'm about to say here. But I was up just fixing my breakfast, doing my own business, and then I thought, well, I'm going to check in on Lindsey because I do that from time to time. So I get out my little iPhone and open up the TuneIn Radio app, and I type in WCIC, and then I hear some guy do the weather, and then I hear Lindsey say something about. It sounded an awful lot like this thing that we always did on Friday mornings, the bright side, where you
No.
feel good in life.
It's not.
But it sounded like something that may have been, I don't want to say a ripoff, but a reimagination of the bright side. Now, was I getting that right?
Well, and it's called Count Up Your Blessings from the Week. So I feel like that's very different from bright side. I mean, bright side is like, hey, life's hard. What's bright about it? Find the silver lining. Count up your blessings from the week. Colton, don't you feel like, I mean, that's completely different.
Yeah, this one's tough. We're going to have to examine those trademark copyright laws. I'll get back to you on that.
Well, I seem to remember whenever we would set up the bright side and explain every Friday what it was about, Lindsey would often say, hey, it's kind of like counting your blessings, naming them one by one. Didn't you say that?
Okay, but let me say this. I thought when I left, that the old is gone, the new has come. And I think on Wednesdays, you still do Bluegrass Wednesday. Now, what about that, Colton?
Well,
I'm going to stay silent on that one.
Whose idea
I want to get in
was
trouble.
to bring the Bluegrass on Wednesdays? Was that you or was that me? I can't remember.
See, it's getting a little dicey, I feel
It's a little fuzzy there.
It's a little dicey.
Fuzzy, which makes sense and why people...
Tina says, hey, girl.
Oh,
miss
hey.
you bunches.
Oh,
And
Tina.
Guess who else? The one and only
Thomas
the Bowler.
Our eggnog man.
Yep, that's the guy. That's the guy. That's pretty cool. So, let's see. So, is the show that you're on now? Is it is it pretty good?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, you've listened to it, so what do you think?
Well, I feel like you do the weather a lot. You never used to do the weather with
me.
You know what? The weather is very important, and you got to make sure that people know about it. So,
Well, and I've also noticed that you only give the weather when it's going to be sunny out.
Yeah.
Like if it's,
we don't talk about
rainy,
it.
then it's not.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be sunny and 70 today, then the Lindsey's on there doing the weather. So
yeah. The weather, we got to know about the weather, and some things you got to do because you're told you have to do them. Now, I do have a question, and Colton, sorry to leave you out on this one, but I do have a question for Jonathan. So, what I'm wondering is, and I think Jonathan's a great guy, obviously, but what I'm wondering is, so I've been gone since what? January 15th was my last day, right?
That was exactly right.
So here we are, May 14th. That's been a while.
I think I know where you're going with this. And Kevin has asked the same question. Kevin says,
trouble finding someone who is willing to, sit in there with you for that long. It's a lot of hours in the morning.
I'm sorry. I think my connection is
there
going
trouble?
out.
I can't find
I can hear you just fine. I think you're good.
Some jerk named Kevin Parkhurst. Lindsey, you are irreplaceable.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like
no one has taken your spot.
No one's taken my spot.
Yeah. Well, I saw it was on our website, which is wbgl.org.
Okay.
And I was surfing our website, and I saw on there something about that there was a job opening for the job that you used to do in the mornings.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, that's kind of the purpose of this. Like, Colton, would you want to do it?
I mean, let's go, right? I'm ready.
He has the experience. He's been on with us before. Yeah.
There's
So
Don
that'd be so
Zajac.
fun.
Hi, Don.
Oh, that'd be so
Don,
fun.
Chef Don Zajac, and also out of all the years, let's see, we have Wade that wants to say hello.
Oh,
Now,
Wade.
Wade.
Our sweet friends.
Oh,
Yep. And I wonder what else. But let's see. So,
No, Colt, you'd be great at it. But I don't know. I have a feeling that I have a feeling that someone's gonna take you up on your deal.
yep.
I think
No.
there's
what
something good
makes
coming.
you say, what is it that
I
makes
can
you
just
say
I
that?
can feel it in my bones.
Okay. So you don't think what you're saying is you don't think that the management would allow me to be on my own for very long. Is that what you're trying
No,
to say?
I mean it's been too long as it is, right, Colton?
Yeah, at
I
some
feel like
point you gotta rein it in, right?
we got to get somebody in there quick.
I'm wondering.
Yep.
See, we have a very kind and generous management, and they haven't said anything like you're terrible by yourself, or like get off, just leave, or
Yeah.
anything like that. So,
No.
and I think I have not heard one single complaint that I
Oh,
don't have
really?
a co-host. But I'm wondering if people are sending in the complaints, and they go to the management, and our management is so kind that they don't even bring it to my attention.
Might
I
be.
think that could be possible.
That might be the case.
I was in a little seminar today called the Work is Worship Retreat, and this guy John Acuff was talking about how 99.5% of Americans in a recent survey say that they overthink things, and I feel like that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Is just overthinking the whole process. So
it's gonna come. Something good's gonna come. I know it. I feel it.
Yeah.
And you are.
So is it basically the same like when you work? Oh yeah, Wade is checking in to give us the phone
he's
numbers.
got the two
He's got 'em
station
down.
numbers.
I love it.
Yep. Very good, Wade. Very good. So is there really any difference? I mean, we're owned the radio station that you work for now, Lindsey, is owned by the same organization that owns WBGL.
Yeah.
And the music is basically the same. The logo and all the website looks identical, except for one says BGL and one says CIC. So is there really any difference? I mean, or is it pretty much just like the only difference is that you don't have to put up with me? Everything else is the same?
Well, I got a new co-host, so now I got to put up with him. He's fine. He's great. But I mean, yeah, there's differences. Here's the thing: Champaign area, Southern Illinois, Chicagoland, it is different from this side, like the western side. So I even kind of feel like there's different types of callers, like people who call, people who listen. I don't know. So that's a little bit different. WCIC has gone through a ton of changes. It's like basically not all new staff, but there's a lot of new people like me. So that's different too. People trying to, get to know each other and stuff. I mean, I feel like WBGL, everybody's been there for so long. So that's different too.
That's
but
true.
It's a lot of
you have a point.
I mean, the music, the conversation, it's pretty. I mean, I think that's why people get confused. Like, what station am I listening to? They'll call me or think they're listening to you, or call you think they're listening to me. I'm like, wrong station.
I'll give you that. Yep. No, you're right.
Yeah. So what I want to know.
Let's see now.
You have mornings there by yourself for 4 months.
Correct.
What's different there without me there?
The
disco ball is there.
Let's see. Yeah. So like a month before you left, they installed a disco ball in the studio for you. But I think it was like a last ditch effort to try to get you to stay. And then,
right. It almost worked.
Other than that, I mean, it's more.
Like, are you nice to people? That was my thing, because on the phones and stuff.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to turn my volume up because four people just walked into the backyard here. What was that again?
I said, are you nice to people on the phone? Like, I would always be kind of the nice, caring.
Yeah, I feel like there are people that call in now that are doing so mostly out of sympathy. Like they'll call in and they'll say Well, Jonathan, it sounded like you needed somebody to talk to, so and then they'll say something, and it's kind of like, it's just kind of like, well, okay. And then there's this one woman, Jana from Charleston. Do you remember Jana from Charleston?
Yeah. She adopted,
She's
she
fallen in a lot lately, and I feel like she yells more now than when she used to call.
Okay.
She's kind of a yeller. Shelly says, kind of out of nowhere, I have always loved Pam.
Pam's
too. Colton,
great.
do you have any thoughts on Pam?
I love
Pam.
Pam, a morning show alum for sure.
Oh,
What a
she's so
staple.
awesome.
Man, and that woman can do morning shows, evening shows, afternoons. She just needs a whole station. Yeah.
She needs the whole show. Oh, Kevin said Jonathan is nice and exciting to listen to.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what it says.
See, that's got to be a misprint. I told you my connection is sort of shaky right now.
In all honesty, seriously though, that's not easy to do what you're doing for that long. And to have to do it by yourself for 4 months, like it is hard. Like I hated it when you were gone for one day. So it's really hard. So in all seriousness, no, though, I think you're kicking rear.
Well, we'll see. I appreciate the sentiment, and I know that you are, because I tuned in today. So Colton, the nice thing about Colton is he's physically fit. And actually, at this particular time, now that he's graduated Missouri Baptist University, he has several jobs, but one of them is that he's available for hire as a personal trainer.
That's right.
I want to say,
this is true.
If your net worth is more than $5 million or more,
roughly, yeah,
he's very expensive.
And so Lindsey and I put our money together, and what we did was, just for an afternoon, we got him to do like a happy hour cut rate. And so we were
you guys get the family discount for sure.
Yeah, we were wondering if you could take us through a little bit of personal training.
Okay, we can do this. You guys ready?
I'm just going to leave Kevin's comment up while you do it.
Yes, just memorialize that for sure. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we can do this. Okay, so something that I work with my clients a lot of times, I start work at like 6 a.m., which the morning show trained me for, spending my summers getting up with all of you people lovely at 5:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah. So with that, a lot of them are working out from like 6 to 8 a.m. and then they're desk job people 9 to 5. And so something with our personal training that we're trying to do is like, how can you stay active throughout the day, even if you work in an office or wherever you work at? And so we do this thing. I'm sure it's trademarked somewhere, so I'll probably get flagged for this, but we call it, you're not ready. We call it deskercise.
All right.
Nice.
I don't. I'm not.
Does it also work at a patio table?
Yeah. Let's make it happen. Here we go.
Yeah,
so you can stay in the chair. This is like designed for the chair too.
Stay in the chair?
You can stay in the chair. Just, that way, you're not distracting your coworkers. Your cubicles next door. You don't want those looks at you, but you want to get fit, right? You want to be active.
Yes.
So awesome. Also, in case I have the bear behind me, in case you haven't heard, here in Missouri, we are having the black bears are everywhere. That's just a side note. So that's the bear.
Wait,
that
what?
Is definitely a scary thing.
WBGL friends in Cape Girardeau, if you're listening to this and you have sightings of bears, please let Jonathan know.
Hold on. Where do they come from? We can't just bypass this fact.
You're right. So they are coming. So Southwest Missouri has kind of always had bears. Illinois, it's like that's not existent, right? I've never seen a bear out in the wild in my life. No. Well, turns out now they are like migrating. Somebody help me out if that's the right word. Up into the St. Louis metro area. So we are finding bears in like middle of suburb St. Louis. It's so crazy. So props to
them.
Is it because because the places have been so like desolate with COVID that like the bears just kind of take the place of the people?
I mean, that's a good theory, maybe. But props
There's more
to
open
those,
space.
Yeah. Oh my god.
props to those conservation worker people. They were able to like relocate some of them, but it's happened like all week. So there's the bear in Memorial.
Oh, so it's like live coverage?
It's like live coverage, right? Love it. All right, here we go. You ready to do this?
Okay, sorry.
So what are we going to do in our chairs here? This is a chair exercise.
Yes. All right. So here, let me get ready here. Hold on. I'm going to take these headphones off. Please make sure you can hear me. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Here we go. Oh, yes.
Always warm it up. I only got one arm.
Here I am in my chair. I had to scoot back from my little office here. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to interlock your hands like this. Just like that. Reach up over your head. Yeah. Looking good, Jonathan.
Let's see where I can put this phone.
We're going to bend on one side and then get a good stretch in. Because what type of exercise... What type of exercise routine would it be if we didn't properly stretch, right? And folks at home, you can do this too.
Oh, that was just the stretching. Okay.
This is just the stretcher. We're just getting loose here. Yep, so get a couple more stretches. Side to side.
Workout.
Lindsay's getting her camera all set up here. We'll get ready.
Okay.
Jonathan, that looks like good form. I like it.
Well, if it's not worth Instagramming, it's not worth doing. That's what Lindsay
maybe we can
taught
make
me.
like the St. Louis Arch if we kind of get in sync here. There we go.
That'd be neat.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's looking good. Looking good, Lindsay. Okay, the next thing we're going to do,
Okay,
we're going to take your knee. One more stretch. Yep. We're going to take our knee and lift up and give it a nice big knee. We call this the knee hug.
Oh, yeah. Those are easy.
Easy stuff, right? Beginner.
No problem.
You guys are doing great. And pick up the other knee. Looking good.
Isn't this how the bears do their mating call?
Oh my
Right?
God.
Where they,
Yeah, he's watching.
do they stretch out their knees and all that?
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our, like if you lift, we're going mobile here. If you like cross one leg over, like, and yep. And then you're just going to push down on your knee and lift up on your foot. It looks something like this. Yeah. We're gonna be, so it looks like something like this.
Oh, dear, Colton. I'm not in the chair anymore.
And you're going to stretch.
Jonathan, this looks easy for you.
And you're going to lift the other one up.
Is that designed to crack out the cartilage in your hip?
Oh, yes. Yep. The good old
I can
hips and
feel
glutes. That, my friend, is called the glutes and hip flexion.
The glutes. Yes, sir. Oh, man.
Get those. I wonder what my neighbors are thinking right now.
You're right. You're right. Okay, now are you ready for this? Here we go. We're going to go.
The neighbors are thinking, did somebody else move in next door?
Okay, ready? So we're sitting in our chair. Now we're getting ready for the
She fell
exercise. Oh, Lindsay.
I wish.
We still with
Okay.
us? Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay, here we go. Ready? So we're going to hold right here.
No.
And we're just going to pick our knees up
Oh,
and extend out and not let them touch
Oh,
the floor.
that's no problem, Colton. That's no
We're
problem.
working the abs. Summertime is around the corner.
You could do this in an office.
Never let them touch the floor. Good stuff.
Do it like a
Now,
leg
what are we
lift.
working now? We're doing the abs, but I also feel
What if
some
you
more
lift
tension
yourself
in
out
some
of the
other
chair
spots.
like this?
Yep. You're looking good. Everybody's looking good. And then we're going to do our chair crunchers. So our hands go here. We're
Okay.
just going to lift up like this.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
get a good stretch.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yep, we're looking good. Lindsay, that's the best form I've seen all week. Good job.
Jana, how you can
I
do
need
this
a
without a chair,
trainer.
too.
I'm
Can you do it in a
interested to see if
saucer
anybody
chair?
is.
Does that work?
I'm interested to see if anybody's actually still watching this or if they have like abandoned ship
Everyone's
after
gone.
they were like.
No one cares.
I mean, the listenership has decreased, but not as bad. It's not that bad.
We'll sponsor this. We'll
There
throw
we go.
some money at it.
And last one we've got for our abs are bicycles. So you're gonna push.
Oh, sure.
Just
You know
like
what?
this.
I need more resistance. I'm gonna go get a dumbbell real quick.
Okay, you go for it. That's looking good.
Now, Colton, do you go into like the really ritzy people's house? Like, are you going into because I know you said you do this to like the ritzy people. Are you going into the like the Cardinals baseball players' houses and like training the?
So it hasn't happened yet, but I am in some super. That's good.
You're
That's
showing
good stuff.
off.
Give me 15 of those, Jonathan, and then we'll talk. Here we go.
Hang on, let me check my GPMs.
But yeah, no, it has been super exciting. It's like St. Louis home tours. I love all my clients have been fantastic.
That's the thing is like I always said if I ever committed a crime, it would be like window peeping. Like I always want to know what the inside of people's houses look like.
I love that. Yeah. So I love that part of my job. Jonathan, I don't know what that is, but it's looking great. So that's all that matters.
It's good for your quadriceps.
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
He is just showing off.
The last one we've got 2 more. You gonna do 2 more?
Oh, we got 2 more? Okay, let me get back in my chair.
Yep, here we go.
Okay.
We're gonna do our chair dips. So if you hold on to the chair just like this, stretch your legs up, and bend down and back up.
Oh yeah.
And get the dips. We're in sync, Jonathan. Good job.
Oh, those kind of hurt.
Those hurt.
Dips, indeed. Oh, wow. Now that's a burn I haven't felt in quite.
You said you can do this at your desk,
I can't do
but
that
like, I feel like
this one's a little tough. This one
I don't know if I want
this
my
one you might have some folks turn some heads and wonder what's
that
going on.
could get
And
weird.
then we got to do our push-ups in the chair.
What is happening?
You guys keep doing that. I'm gonna jump some rope.
Okay.
All right, let me do that. What you're doing?
Got to get the chair push-ups.
Okay. Ready? Oh, I can't get out.
Yes, ma'am. Looking good.
That's tricky.
Oh. And that, my friends, is our desker size workout for the day.
That was awesome.
Wow.
Good job.
You guys are fun. You guys are so
we
fun.
have a comment from Dale. This is too good to turn off.
Oh boy.
I don't know about that.
Oh, this is a real nice comment from Linda. Let's see what Linda says. This is a real nice comment. Hi, Lindsey and Colton.
Hello, Linda.
Nice, Linda.
Hi,
That's
Linda.
real nice.
What else do we have?
Oh, here's Jason. I always knew I liked Jason.
Aw.
He says, "Hi,
Hi,
John."
John.
That's good. We have a report, Colton. We have a report from Southern Illinois coming in here. There are bears in Benton, Illinois.
Oh boy, they're getting closer. They're getting
I
closer.
cannot believe this.
Derek, if you have pictures or anything like that, send them into the morning show too. We'd love to see it.
Yep, morning show at WCIC.com. Derek says hi to all, so that he's more of a, kind of a like
Wow.
equal rights type of person.
What's this one?
Chris says, now see what you think about this, Lindsey. I missed the Jesus and food segments that you did.
Yeah.
Happy we still get Bluegrass Wednesday. So what do you think when Chris says?
No. I mean, all good things must come to an end, right? Eventually.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Like, it was good.
Just forget about it.
I mean, maybe in 20 years we can bring it back.
Yeah. So Colton, so when you train somebody personally, like let's just say they've never really done much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if they're in the obese category or just where they're not somebody who has high confidence in themselves.
Oh
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm not naming any, but I'm just saying, like in general.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to approach somebody like that, how would you start with somebody like? All right. Well, I don't want to get too specific, but my wife and I started watching this television show. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's called The 1,000-Pound Sisters. Have you ever heard of that? Oh,
yes. I'm a faithful watcher of them.
It's. Are you really?
I really am.
Colton loves reality TV.
I do. She knows.
Have
He
you
is
ever
a
seen
sucker
1,000-Pound
for it.
Sisters?
I haven't
Their names
watched
are.
it. I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of their names.
Tammy
but
and Amy. Here, let me help you out.
Tammy, that's right. Yep. And one of them's,
Colton.
the majority of it. But and then the other one had what?
Is it 1,000 pounds together or they're each?
Together, yeah.
Together.
Like one of them's about 700 and the other one's about 300.
Okay.
So, first of all, it sickened me. Like I would always see it I have Discovery Plus, the streaming service. And I don't want to go on and on about this, but it always sickened me to see not that two people weighed 1,000 pounds. That's not what sickened me, but it was the fact that they make a show to make light of these sisters that weigh 1,000 pounds. Well,
Yeah.
I start, it's my wife's idea. I totally blame it on her. So she wants to start watching it, and it's just, to me, Colton, isn't it very interesting, engaging, hilarious? They're on a weight loss journey. There's a baby that's born, and there's surgery. It's intriguing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I love getting to see part of their lives and part of their stories, and part of that's like the humor and super fun part of their personality, but then also the struggles that go along with
Yes.
their health conditions and things like that. And that's what I tell all of my clients too. I see clients from all different walks of life, all different medical conditions. And the thing I always tell them is, like, it's never too late to begin day one. But if you don't take that first step, then what does that look like, from there? So yeah, I love hearing their story. I hope they just continue on with it. I know it's a super tough journey when you are, like, if you have never worked out or done anything in like 20 years and you're starting day one, but it's that first step that's always the hardest. But then I'm excited. I'm ready to keep watching them. I think they're hilarious. You can't forget about Little Bit, the dog, who's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and see, and you always watch shows out of sequence, but there's this one thing where Tammy, who's the more significant of the two, wants to have gastric bypass surgery, but the doctor says, well, you have to lose, I think it's 25 pounds, or maybe it's more than that, to be eligible to get the gastric bypass surgery, which her sister, Amy, already got, and so there's jealousy and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow.
Then in 1 month, she went in to see if she had lost the 25 pounds, and she had gained 50 pounds in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very upset about it. And the family had to have an intervention. And then she was, again, supposed to lose that plus the 25 pounds, went in again in another month, and she had gained another 25. And so at that point, the family was getting really upset. And there's this guy, I can't think of his name. Was it Jerry, or the boyfriend that's supposedly enabling her? And we have a very relevant comment in terms of this subject, and it's from Chris, who says, oh, wow, the ice cream truck just went by my house. I didn't know we had one in Streeter. Lindsey, are you eating a lot of ice cream these days?
We do actually. There's a little place in our town, and it's amazing. We go after dinner a lot.
Do you eat out more now that you live in your hometown?
Maybe so. Well, it's because we're doing the kitchen, we're doing a kitchen remodel, so it's kind of hard to eat in there. But since summer's here, I love going back to all my favorite old places. It's so fun.
Yeah. Here's a really, well, at least what I could imagine would be a difficult question. So you lived in, we'll just call it the greater Champaign area. So yeah. I don't know if I can name the towns where you lived. Well, it's all in the past now, right? So you lived in Tuscola, Illinois. You lived in St. Joseph, Illinois. This kind of always sort of the smaller outlying,
right?
Kind of country type towns.
City, yeah.
Yeah, and so you lived in those places for the better part of a decade. And I personally feel that when you live somewhere for a decade, that's what I would call home. But yet you left our show to move to what you would call home, which is where you grew up and where your parents and siblings and all that kind of stuff are. So are you glad that you're home while also missing home at the same time? Or are you just fully glad you're home?
No, yeah. I think it's weird because it's I was talking about that with Adam, my husband, and I was like, it's weird because really Champaign did become our home. That's where, we were married and had our girls, and that was home. But Peoria is my childhood home. So it's two different homes. But as I'm back here, it's funny how things change a lot in 10 years. So it's like the Peoria that was here when I was a kid, it's not the exact same as, and you know, some of that's good and some of that's not. But it's kind of weird how like you don't, it's not like there was like this like time suction vacuum that everything's just the same. It's like it's different from when I was here last, because that was 10, 11 years ago. So
Yes.
that's kind of an odd thing to come back and it not be like the exact same as you left it. But I do miss that home, Champaign, and a bunch of stuff about it. Yet at the same time, yeah, I'm like really happy that I'm here with my family. Like it's so weird. I'll hang out with my mom on like a random Tuesday night, or I'll go over to her house for dinner, or I'll see my sisters like every week. Like it's just like it still feels weird to not make the 2-hour drive back.
Yes.
After being in Peoria.
That would be.
Like I still feel like,
Now,
we
Colton,
need to get home.
Yeah. Colton, I know you're kind of a judicious type person, so I wanted to ask another question and sort of let you be the judge of it, although it's entirely of no consequence. And the thing is, what I'm being told, like from behind the scenes of the morning show, is that, and I don't think this has been mentioned or anything yet, but that supposedly someone has been selected to occupy Lindsey's seat on the morning show here. Did you know that?
I did not know that. This is interesting.
Okay.
News to me and everybody watching at home for the first time too.
Yes. And so I was just wondering, first of all, Colton, we had a broad pool of applicants, that people that wanted to, you know, people that have had a lot of radio experience or a lot of different, you know, other situations. And I did not see your name come through, Colton. And I was just wondering if, like,
Hi, Colton.
I would have thought that maybe you would have at least given it some consideration.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I love it. So much. Thanks so much for asking. Yeah. So the plan is right now to stay around in St. Louis, and so that kind of weighed part of that decision. That would be a little bit of a 3-hour morning commute.
Yeah.
Just did not seem super fun at the time. Just a little bit.
Well,
but
no.
I do tell you this though. It did not cross my mind for sure, because just in my short time there, and I've been involved with guys at WBGL and you know, like, and even the listeners, like that still feels like to me even a second home. Like I always feel like I could pop in there any minute and just be like, oh, welcome back. And I love them, and I love that so much. It's bittersweet though, because I really, really miss like getting connected with listeners and hearing people's stories. And just for my brief time that I was there, like that was something that I enjoyed waking up every day to do. So you never know. Stay tuned. This might be the start of something.
I don't know. I'm trying to bring this complaint on the screen. We just got a major complaint from Dale Crawley. What? You can never replace Lindsey. So
no, that's nice.
Right.
I'm
never would try to.
Replaceable.
Would never.
Well,
nobody will.
Gonna say.
No, I'm
just
totally replaceable.
Okay, we'll take that comment off the screen. Sorry,
Judge Judy's gonna rule. Judge Judy's gonna rule on this one and say you are definitely irreplaceable, Lindsey. You always have a special place.
Judy and Jana in the morning. That would be interesting. So, Lindsey, I know that one thing about the person that's about to replace Lindsey, and I understand that this person is going to be starting on the morning show in early June. So, is it true, Lindsey, that you know this person?
Yes, I do. I've actually been in cahoots behind your back. With this person, talking to this person, and I think this person and I are starting to be a little bit of friends.
Huh. Well, you know, what's really interesting was that I'm not sure about that whole dynamic, but here's the way it went down. My daughter, Jana, are you here? Can you come here for a minute? Somebody, We actually had more than
missed
one
Janae.
request, one of whom was a member of WBGL management, to make Janae, my daughter, my new co-host. Here,
That would have been amazing. Let's see,
you want to
Janae.
say hi to
Hi,
Lindsey and Colton?
Janae.
Blow a kiss and say hi.
Hi, Janae.
Yes.
Oh, we miss you.
So the neat thing
Aw.
was when Colton was interning on the morning show, he would stay the night at our house oftentimes and
Yep.
would jump with the kids on that thing right there.
Oh, I miss
And
it.
do you miss Colton, Janae?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Oh,
to
I
Colton?
miss you so much, guys. Overnight, it's been, I can't believe it's been almost 3 years already. You've grown so much. So much.
Do you want Lindsey and Colton both to come back?
Aw.
It's decided. There it is. How could you say
And
no to that?
Janae has
I know,
decided that she look at the sunbeam. She wants to work at WBGL when she grows up too. She decided that, right?
That'd be amazing.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do there?
Love it.
Give money.
She wants to give money. See, that's the thing. She hasn't
Ooh,
figured
yes.
out the idea that in theory jobs will pay. But anyway,
Yeah, well,
Okay.
she'll be surprised, like happily surprised when she finds out she's getting paid.
Yeah.
yeah. So the person, the person that's replacing you on the morning show in June, she's supposed to be coming and
Yeah.
So based on your discernment, which Lindsey's a person that really has good discernment. In fact, the first thing I said to Lindsey when I said there's a pool of applicants, people that want your job, she said, "Would you please send me their picture of their personal
Faces.
appearance?" And
I don't know. I can see a face, and I just about it.
yeah, more than
Feel
one person has
it.
said that this person who's supposedly going to try to replace you on the morning show somewhat resembles you in your personal appearance, and you actually agreed with that, if I remember
No,
right.
I do.
So
yeah.
is that the only reason why you like her?
Once I saw her picture, I was like, "Ooh, you better get this girl in there. She is the one. It's her."
So, a lot of people will say, and I'd love to get both of your thoughts on this. Like, and I'm sure you have things to do, so we don't have to keep doing this. But
Hi.
a serious question about people that either want to go into. Oh, there she is. Hi, Ruby. Oh, man.
That's Colton and Jonathan.
Hi.
That's awesome. It used to be that people would say, "What do you say to people that want to go into radio?" And now I don't know how many people out of all of Missouri Baptist University, Colton, want to go into radio. Not very many.
I could probably count on one hand. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just say radio, television, or Instagram influencing.
There you go.
All of which, Lindsey, you've done a little bit of. What do you say to people who want to do that kind of thing and set out in a life of that?
Just my friend. Are you talking to Colton or me?
Yeah, Colton, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take this one. Yeah, I say that, just be your I'll take it. Just be your genuine self. That's the cool thing about what we get to do is we just get to tell stories, and it's amazing that we get to tell stories about our faith, especially like in this genre of music. And so just be your authentic self. No one's asking you to put on a show for anybody. And it can be tough, if you're some days you're walking into the studio and you are maybe not having the greatest day, but you're expected to be, encouraging other listeners. And that can be hard, but as long as you stay true to yourself, stay true to your faith, you're going to make it far, wherever that is.
I like it. I like it. All right. Last thing. I'm generally more into asking questions than answering them. But, Lindsey, do you have any questions that you want to ask? Because I feel like it would be rude to hang up without asking that.
Has the fire department got called on you since I've been gone? I've only 4 months.
Well,
it happened twice
right.
when I was
Let's
there.
go for a little walk. Let's see.
Oh, take
Is
us
there
for
already
the
a
first. Yes.
Okay,
Take us back to
so
the fence.
let's see. There is a way to turn around the camera, I'm thinking.
What's that?
Oh, I went dead. Okay. Yeah.
What's
Okay,
that?
so
Smokey the Bear says, what's he say? It's not.
only you.
Only you.
Prevent.
No, there's another
No,
one
that-
about the ashes.
Yeah.
It's when you think it's out, it's not out or something. Saw a billboard for it.
Nice.
Oh, I don't. Oh, it's not out. Yeah. Okay.
It's like
I'm not going to tell the whole story because it's very embarrassing. But we did a whole podcast episode on it that I burned down my neighbor's fence. And do you see that section of fence that's discolored? It's a different color than the rest of it.
yeah.
That's the
That's
section.
Yeah.
There it is.
And what happened was I put out ashes that weren't cold. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
So.
But dude, it had been.
But no, not to the radio station though.
But it had been. I mean, those ashes, like, it had been a long time. It had been hours and hours. That.
24 hours, yeah, and they were still hot, and I
Yeah,
just dumped
like
them
I
as
just
if
so
they
it's
were
like
cold.
how in the world, you know?
It's ridiculous.
Who would have known
It's
that?
just
My other question is, what day are you on for? Jonathan's doing this thing called 75 Hard. You know about this, Colton?
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my
Big
gosh!
stuff.
2 workouts a day, no good food. What day are you on?
I failed 75 hard.
You did?
So, yes. What happened was
Sorry, I just asked live.
Yeah, you really just like exposed him right on the Facebook Live, Lindsay.
the only people I've told were like I told my wife, I told my
I'm sorry.
my
Forgiveness.
kids. Actually, I hadn't even told my kids, but now they just heard me say it. Okay,
sorry.
so it consists of 2 45-minute workouts a day. One of them has to be outside. You have to pick a diet and stick to it. You have to have no cheat meals, no alcohol. You have to drink a whole gallon of water every day. You have to
Read
take
a
a
book.
progress photo of yourself every day. You have to read 10 pages of a book every day. I made it 52 days, and I forgot to take the progress picture on day 53. And so that was it. That was it.
It's not over.
Yep.
That
See?
disqualifies you?
That disqualify you. You have to do everything perfectly for 75 days, and I guess that trips up a lot of people. And that was it. So
I feel like
you're
this
not gonna
is
believe.
not fair.
You're not gonna believe who we just heard from, Lindsay.
Constantine. Hi. How are you?
Hello, friend
Oh, we
Lindsay.
miss
I missed you
you.
so much. God, let me see you again, brothers and friends. Well, that is a really special thing.
That is so cool. Wow.
Yep. Juan was a person that we met back when Lindsay and I were landscapers way back in the day. So.
Juan taught us how to landscape. And then he made
Yep.
us tacos like 3 times.
Yeah, that was really excellent. So, Colton, before we sign off, I was wondering if you thought that Lindsay and I did okay on our exercises.
How did we do?
I'm gonna give you a solid passing grade. If it's a pass fail, we pass. So we did good.
What?
We did
You
good.
can pass with a D-.
Hey, today's just day 1. Maybe this could be a running thing. I miss hanging out with you guys. We'll do our own progress. Like we'll do our own progress updates. But Jonathan, I have one more question for you too. And our St. Louis WBGL and WCIC listeners would not appreciate if I didn't ask this. How are those Chicago Cubs doing?
Oh boy,
they're pretty quiet.
They are currently in 4th place of the National League Central Division. But
that doesn't seem that bad.
Nothing to do with baseball. Out of 5, I mean, it's not good. But
I didn't know. I thought there were maybe like 30 teams.
I have two saving graces on that, Colton. The things are, number 1, we were able to, and maybe Busch Stadium did this, I'm not sure, but yesterday we were able to announce the increased capacity up to 60% of fans in the stands now. So that's
Super
happening
good.
soon.
Cool. Super cool.
And also, I am now personal friends with, well, okay, I'm friends of friends with a Major League Baseball pitcher who recently pitched a no-hitter for the Chicago White Sox, and that would be,
Yeah.
what's his first name? Carlos?
Rodon.
Carlos Rodon from the White
Yeah.
Sox.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Lindsey is personal friends with him, and I'm friends with Lindsey, so I'm only 2 degrees of separation away from him. So.
No.
Yeah,
Hey, I
that's
just had to
crazy.
get a quick check in. You know, it's all good fun, but the usual St. Louis Chicago fun time rivalry.
Gotta
Most
mention
certainly
it.
is.
Gotta bring it up.
Is that
Yep.
how is it over there at WCIC? Because BGL is not really a baseball station. I'm a fan.
No.
Geraldine is a Cardinals fan, but other than that, there's not much baseball love.
CIC is like, I feel like we're like a baseball station. Like it runs, like there's a lot of baseball talk going on in there, and the people are very. I mean, it's not like me where I'm like, oh, I like the Cubs and like whatever. It's like no, like it is Cubs Cards. You do pick a side. That's how it is. So it's pretty
Well, and the
intense.
saving grace would be the highest ranking person at the station has Chicago Cubs memorabilia in his office.
Station
And I have
manager,
attended multiple games with Joe Buchanan, the station manager over there, who's, you know.
Yep.
I'm not going to say anything more about that guy. But anyway, I guess we better go now.
Oh, you guys, it was so fun to talk to you.
Oh, so good. Thank you so much, guys. We miss you all.
I miss you both.
I can't think of a more friendly Friday afternoon sunny crew to hang out with.
What else do you want? Cheers to the weekend.
That's right.